Peace, love, and divine light to you all. It's Kepra L. It's been a little bit, couple of months probably. Now, first, before we go into the actual title of the video, how to get ready for the fifth dimension, and we're going to go through a couple of tips that you can actually use starting today to kind of get you ready. But before we go into that, if you have not yet, I'm going to leave a couple of links to some videos. So I got kind of reprimanded. So your girl was instructed to put as many videos up that was provided to me throughout the year. Well, I have about 15 of them. I never got around to editing them, and so now I have to put them up unedited, raw, uncut, period. And so be looking out for those via the links below or the links up above if I figure out how to do that part. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, ready? So number 1, acts of self-love. Now, yeah, okay, we're coming out of an era that kind of reminds us that if you love yourself too much, you're arrogant or you're vain or you're something else, right? And that's not 100% true. In actuality, we're supposed to love ourselves. We're supposed to put ourselves first, and we're supposed to take care of ourselves. But, well, I think a lot of us lack in that degree. Maybe not a lot of us, maybe a majority of us. However, now is the time more than anything to really love on yourself. That means take a break when you need a break. If you feel like you need to take a nap, take a nap. If you don't feel like doing something, don't do it. Go for a walk. Take care of yourself. Breathe in some air, read a book, something that relaxes you and makes you feel more at ease. This is the biggest act of self-love. So don't short yourself. Number 2, own your shit. Now, before I get into owning your shit, let me tell you, I have an array of notes here so that I don't forget what I'm saying to you guys, because sometimes I go off on a tangent. You want to know how many times this one fell down? Probably about 10, which means I need to keep working on owning my shit. Now, what does that mean for you? What exactly is owning your shit? Owning your stuff, owning your issues, and living up to it and then vowing to change it. It's as simple as that. It's, my thing is sometimes a little bit of timidness when it comes to coming on camera and doing the work to be live and present for the mission at hand. That is me owning my ish. And so I'm hoping that you're getting real and raw with yourself and preparing to own your ish, because the 5th dimension, it's required. Number 3, stay grounded in higher frequencies. Now, this is kind of a double-sided thing because there are lots of different ways that you can keep track of your frequency. Number 1, make sure in this one, number 1, make sure you're not in sadness and anger and fear, because those are the base levels of all lower energies. And if you're in those things, if you're grounded in those things, well, you got some work to do. You got to realize a couple of things. But if you want to get into higher frequencies, you can turn on good music, you can listen to some binaural sound frequencies, or you can just do things that invoke love and joy and peace and harmony within yourself. And that, if you know yourself well enough, shouldn't be too hard to do. If not, it's the perfect time and opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about yourself. More now than ever. Okay. Number 4, laugh often. Laugh often. Kind of stumbled there. Now, laughing often, however that means for you. For me, my husband always has me cracking up, and so I enjoy our moments of laughter. My children, they keep me laughing. They're such characters, so definitely that helps me. However, we have TV too, so that's one way we can actually use the tube to actually bring forth those things that keep us in a higher vibration. Laughing at, those comedy, what are those things? Comedy tours that people do on Netflix. that's perfect. Like Kevin Hart, he has done a couple of them. So you can always find something to watch. I would say be careful to not watch anything that's like laughing at someone else's pain in a way, because that can kind of lower your frequency just a bit. Okay, it's a different kind of laughter. So let's take a pause for the calls for just a second. I'm looking at myself here and my eyes are looking tired, a tired hot mess. So I've been having some issues sleeping this week, and I don't know if any of you all have been having that same thing where I'm waking up and I just can't go back to sleep, or I just don't go to sleep. Like, it's been unreal. So I don't know if this is you, leave a comment down below. Let's talk about it, compare some notes or something. But yeah, excuse the eyes. I'm gonna fix this today, because not makeup, but just get some sleep, get some quality care. I'm gonna hit up my girl for a massage and all that goodness. Yeah, take care of yourself. Self-love. Boom, we got the pause out the way. Number 5, let go of ish. Now, there is a point when you have to get past all the things that have been done to you, said about you, taken from you, the defamatory statements people have made about you. It's a time in your life when you gotta let it go. So with the 5th dimension coming up, you need to be grounded in love. So it's a perfect opportunity for you to start learning how to forgive people and working through that. Really, it's past time of learning how, and it's time to just be doing it. Like, it's now time to say, you know what? I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I definitely forgive you, but I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be real, but allow yourself some grace to forgive, because remember, when you do not forgive, you're really keeping yourself hostage. You're not keeping them hostage, because they don't care. You much guarantee that. So do yourself a favor, do your soul a favor, do your spirit a favor, and just let it go. What are you holding on to? What are you holding on to it for? If it's not helping you, if it's not serving you, let it go. Move on. All right. So now we're going to move on to number 6. This one I find to be quite adventurous, but also invigorating, if that's the proper word to use, and that is visualizing what it will be like for you in the 5th dimension. So the 5th dimension, generally, some people paint it as like a fantasy. I actually seen some people capture some things where you see the aura around different items, things in nature, you know, animals and trees and the water. Everything is starting to look different, even the sun and the moon. And you've probably been seeing this and wondering what the heck is going on. Well, it's a part of the 5th dimension fading into our current dimension of 3D, 4D. Now, this all being said, you want to really take advantage of the magic of now, especially in this magical Christmas season, and start visualizing what exactly would it be like for you inside of 5D. Go wild. Your imagination could go as wild as you allow it to. There's nothing solid when it comes to the 5th dimension, because it's pretty much new for us. This is why our manifestation has been like on 10, 20, 1,000. So what you need to do is really kind of, draft out what you want to accomplish. How do you want to live? And what do you want to experience? That pretty much will sum up how you want your 5th dimensional golden age Aquarius experience to be like. And I'll talk more about the Aquarius age in another video. But if you go back to a previous video, which I might try to link up there or down below, when we'll talk about the golden age, something I did a couple of years ago. So dream the wildest dreams. Okay. So number 7, stake your claim in your future. Now, what always comes to my visual vortex or cortex when I think of this one is the movie where Leonardo DiCaprio was like a teenager, young boy, straight off of the boat from Ireland. He meets a girl. They decide to go to the West because they want to find and, get their own land. And so in the movie, they're all lined up. Like, all these people are lined up, and everyone has their flag. They have their buggies and their horses, and the whole point of it is they're gonna shoot off when they say go, and you get your land by staking your claim with your flag. Well, this is essentially what I mean with you. You and I both all of us, we need to stake our claim. We need to claim our future. But you need to first sit down and get real with yourself and know what it is that you want. Because how can you do it if you don't know, if you have no idea? So make sure you dream a little and dream big. Number 8. Number 8 is huge. Number 8 is the cause of a lot of people's emotional issues, spiritual issues, mental issues. Turn off the television. Yeah, that thing. Turn it off. When you turn off the television, you're not allowing yourself to be influenced by things outside of yourself. Yes, we do need to be aware, but right now, the mission is to be aware of what's going on with you, to prepare yourself for your future, yourself and your family. You need to be dedicated and more tuning into yourself instead of tuning out of yourself into things going on around you, not things in your neighborhood, not things in your city or your state. Tune in. Tune out the TV. Tune into your soul. I promise you won't go wrong, and I promise it will be well worth it. Number 9, spend time with the ones that you love. Now, this doesn't have to be extensive, and I won't because we're getting down to the end. But be sure that you're spending time with people that love you back. We have some of us, I would say, a history of having this bad thing where we want to spend time with people who don't appreciate us, they devalue us, and maybe they don't give us the love that we give them. Or, it doesn't have to be the exact, but it has to be something, right? You don't want to be spending time right now pouring all this love into something that's not going to give anything back to you. That's not what that's about. So spend time with people you love that love you back. So before I go to the final one, number 10, I forgot to mention that I'm going to be doing a bonus one. It's not a bonus tip, but it's going to be something free that'll also help you to raise your vibration to get you ready for the 5th dimension. All right, so stay tuned for that. Now let's talk about number 10. Dance, sing, play. Now, if you have children, this is easy to do. If you don't have children, you can play with the neighborhood children. You can, well, if that's allowed, you can get nieces and nephews, cousins, family members, or just have a game night. Have a game night twice a week instead of once a week if you do that kind of thing. Or make it, if it's just you, just dance, sing, and play. Turn on some music and blast it loud and play a game or 2 or 3 or whatever and sing as loud as you want and you choose. This is very, 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 very powerful. Dancing brings a certain whirl of energy around you. When you dance, you feel happy, joyful. When you sing, and you sing like no one is watching because you really don't give a damn, right? You feel joy, and you're letting out energy when you're belting out tunes, right? Now, when you're playing, you're activating the child within. Yes, I said the child within because we all are still children within ourselves. The child that you were, kind of hiding out on the inside. However, they still need attention. So allow yourself to be playful. And that also brings about a certain level of joy. So that pretty much wraps up the 10 tips. I didn't say how many did I, but it doesn't matter. These are the tips to help you get ready for the 5th dimension. Now, let's talk about the bonus. So we made it through the list, and I want to say thank you for sticking around, and definitely share below what was your favorite one and what is the one that you're probably going to have the most need to work a little harder on down below in the comments. Okay, now I do have the bonus that I want to give you, and it is free, but before I say that, I like to give thanks. I thank you for sticking around. I thank you for choosing to be ready, and I thank you for walking in your light, because again, this is all a choice. Nothing is by force. So, all right, this bonus is me as Reiki Master Teacher giving a free attunement to everyone who desires. So how does that help you? Well, when you get a Reiki attunement, it actually levels up your energy to certain higher frequencies. So you kind of are less prone to actually dwell in those lower frequencies because you're starting to heal yourself. Something you have to be diligent with and something you have to decide for yourself. That means that just because you have it, it's not just going to be activated, but you're going to have to literally sit with yourself turn your Reiki on, figure some things out, journal, write. There is some work. However, at least you'll have the tools to work through it instead of trying to sit and figure it out for yourself, right? So with this, if you are interested, I will leave the link below. All you need to do is sign up, and I will probably be doing a live Zoom call class that will be able to answer any questions, but also to attune you live. There will also be a free intro manual, and other options will also be available at that time. So I'm hoping that this was good for you, and I'm hoping it's not too long. I've just been yammering away, so I haven't even been paying attention to the clock, but I'm hoping this was of value to you all. I send lots of love and light to you always. Be sure to check the links below, and be sure to also like, share, subscribe, click the notifications bell, and comment below, because all those things really help me to fulfill my mission to help as many souls as I can. So again, it's Cashapp, your spiritual Sherpa, here in service to you and everyone in humanity who's ready to vibe up to their next level. So love and light to you always. Look forward to seeing you in the Reiki course class Zoom talk very soon. Always Cashapp.